You are now listening to the sounds of DJ Rob. You are now in Sapphire. Sounds of DJ Rob. Welcome to the KonnecT.
What up? This is DJ Rob.
And this is Sapphire.
Who cares? And this is the KonnecT Show. Thank you for spending
fast.
another wonderful week with us.
Anywho.
Just me, Mike.
Nobody cares. How about that? Anyway, so what have you been up to, Rob?
You know, I want to give a shout out to all the ladies. I know, I think last week was the Women's Day, Women's Month, Women's Week, Women's something. Get a shout out to all the ladies, all the single mothers out there raising kids. You know, I met a young lady that's actually a paralegal, and she's working for a big law firm in New York, and you know, she has 2 kids. And they're both, special McDonald's. And I think the one thing I love about it is that, she treats them like they're regular, it's like they're normal people. So with that being said, I think that it takes a lot. I think when we have children, we don't realize like sometimes things can go left, and you got to be prepared for that. I think that's strong. She's working, she's doing her thing, you know what I'm saying? A shout out to her. Shout out to her and her family, she know who she is.
So,
but anyway, that's what I've been up to.
Like,
that's what I've been up to,
Such a long thought about her family, her process. Like, okay then. Thank you, Miss Paralegal, for contributing to society.
She's fictional. I made it up. I wanted to make INS laugh. He loves that McDonald's.
Okay, so
McDonald's.
Anyway. So St. Patrick's Day was this weekend. So I kicked it pretty tough for St. Patrick's Day. I haven't done this in a while.
You kicked it pretty tough? I mean,
I went to Philadelphia to this place called the Clubhouse, and that was nice. And
the Clubhouse on
Don't let me get to lying about where. I just know it's downtown somewhere.
Then on South Avenue? South Avenue, wow.
Not really sure. I just know it's downtown. But it was a lot of fun.
Wow.
It's so diverse, and everybody had such a great time. And then I went back.
Did you have a driver? A normal? Because we know.
I didn't drive.
That's what's up. That's all I need to know.
And then after that, went to an Irish pub. It wasn't that exciting. That's where an Irish guy told me I was thicker than a Snickers. And I was like,
wait a minute.
My.
She's so excited she went to an Irish pub. Wow.
On St. Patrick's Day.
I mean, you are leprechaunish, so I don't understand.
Ooh, are you coming for me?
I want to say, though, for St. Patrick's Day, the truth of the matter is for African Americans, it's a day of mourning because...
why you got to shut down?
No, I'm just telling the truth that, and the reason that St. Patrick is celebrated is because the leprechaun represented the pygmies. When the Caucasians, when the Europeans got there was pygmies there, and they slaughtered thousands of pygmies to take over that land. So
does it always have to be doom and gloom?
Well, when you're dealing with Europeans, the facts are the facts. What you want me to do?
I'm just saying, bro. Like, why we always gotta have I can't just turn up. Now I'm be thinking poor pygmies.
Well, I mean, but if you're going to celebrate something in truth, not in falsehood. That's all I'm saying.
I just wanted something green to drink.
That's what it's really about. She wanted to get that head.
I just wanted something green to drink. Anywho, we can get into these stories.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk about Amy. Amy Yu. Okay. Amy Yu is a nice little happy 16-year-old who was missing, and apparently she was with a 45-year-old man in Mexico.
That's why she was happy.
They ran off to Mexico. Now he's in Miami. Returned to the U.S. over the weekend. His wife has been called numerous occasions. She's not returning phone calls, understandably.
So was this their child?
So federal agents and Mexican authorities found Amy and Kevin in Playa del Carmen on Saturday, and they were flown to Miami. Police say the girl, who was in good health, arrived on Sunday in Philadelphia, was taken to her hometown in Allentown. Easterly is awaiting processing in Miami. The married father of 4 will face a charge of child custody interference when he arrives in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. I was going left with that story, yo.
The two have been missing since March 5th, when local police said they bought one-way tickets from Philadelphia to Dallas and then headed to Cancun. Police said they believe the teen went willingly, with Easterly, who signed her out of school 10 times in the past few months.
Wow.
The girl had altered her student records to list him as the stepfather. So I'm not really sure that's her dad. I think that's her boo. But let's keep.
Well,
reading.
that's what I was going with. Like, are they doing the thing?
Amy's family previously said the two met at church years ago, and the 16-year-old girl is friends with one of Easterly's daughters.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah, that's some West Virginia freakness going on.
So why they got him on child custody interference, I don't know, because it should be statutory rape.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, did he? I don't even want to get into it because you don't want to say something stupid.
Stacy said that through her lawyer, she had been fighting with her husband constantly since the summer about his relationship with the girl.
What?
So
nobody's saying rape or anything. I mean,
I don't understand. Like, why is this just child custody interference? This needs to be far more than that. A 45-year-old and a 16-year-old who's friends with your kid.
What is the name of the director, the Jewish director that married his daughter?
Woody Allen.
This sounds Woody Allen-ish, you know what I'm saying, where they're trying to whitewash it.
Like it's okay.
Like it's okay. Like when she turned 18, he just started tapping that. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, that's not how that went down.
That's an unfortunate one right there. Yo.
It is going one-way tickets to Cancun. So y'all just wasn't coming back? Like y'all just gonna stay there forever?
I can see one-way ticket to Arizona. But you took this girl out of the country.
You went to Cancun. That ish is expensive. How are y'all gonna live? He's like, we just gonna live off the land, off our love. Like, where do they do this at?
Well, I don't know. She still need milk
for her growing bones.
She's still growing. You know. Wow. Thank you for that one, Sam.
Anywho, what is our next one? Oh, this was interesting about the the lady teachers in Alabama. So apparently, I don't know why Alabama, it's always like the southern state. Not that the northern states don't do stuff, but Alabama, Florida, Mississippi,
New Orleans, that whole juncture, that whole archipelago, whatever you want to call that.
So
I think it's very violent.
Now, there have been many reasons why not to give teachers guns in a classroom. Like, how about they just don't want them? So instead, Harry Schiffer of Alabama State, he's a representative, he says guns shouldn't be placed in the hands of our ladies because they're scared of firearms. What? I've shot guns. I've been to gun ranges. I just personally don't prefer to have one on me when I'm bending down to hug a 5-year-old. How about that? Not because I'm just so overwhelmed with a firearm.
You are extra thuggish.
I'm not extra thuggish. Premium women know how to shoot guns.
But I'm saying your father raised you a little different than average little girl. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had a little doll, and you had G.I. Joe with a kung fu grip.
Well, I had that.
Everybody had puzzles. Too. You had little fake Uzis around the house. So.
I didn't have little fake Uzis around the house, but I did have some things that traditionally are for boys.
Right.
Like, I had this vest, right, with this walkie-talkie and like this camera that looked like it was in a candy box, so that you could take pictures of people without them knowing.
You was fed before you knew you were fed.
It was called.
She was a snitch before she knew she was a snitch.
It was called Spy Tech, and it had like a little alarm, so if somebody opened up a drawer to go off like. It had little binoculars in the vest. I used to be going through the neighborhood up in the tree like. Wow. Anyway. So
you live and learn. But if you look at the picture that's in right above Saf, you see the
she looked like she ready.
She got her braids in. She got her makeup on. She got her dangle earrings in.
And she holding it like she mean it.
And she holding it like she about that life. You know
now, what he said was, I'm not saying all women, but in most schools, women are the majority of teachers. Some of them just don't want to be trained to possess firearms. If they want to, then that's good. But most of them don't want to learn how to shoot like that and carry a gun.
And you know, Florida just passed the law, whereas after the shooting there, the law states now that a teacher can have a gun in the classroom, but they got to go like 2,000 hours of training and everything. And I was like, wow, so a teacher got to go through 2,000 hours of training, but a normal person just can get a gun and go shoot anybody.
Well, how about a gun-trained teacher accidentally discharged the firearm in California? And injured a student. Why isn't that reason enough? Because that's what we were all was saying. I don't have a picture of that. We were all saying that was going to happen, and then it happened.
In some of these schools, I'm going to tell you straight up, man, teachers going to pull the guns out on a couple of these jokers.
Yeah, and they're going to shoot them.
With 14 and 15-year-olds, all that McDonald's and steroids, man, they come in there looking like INS, man. They be 12 years old.
Because the teacher...
You can't have that.
Is also a reserve police officer trained to use a firearm,
right, now
and accidentally discharged in California, shoots up in the ceiling, stuff falls, hit the kid.
That's crazy.
And so that's exactly what people were afraid to happen, and it's already happened. So
well, shout out to our wonderful president. Forgot his last name. So shout out to him.
Oh, yes, we're clearly being sarcastic. All right, so let's talk about Cirque du Soleil. This was kind of sad. Oh, I'll get there. Don't you worry. It's hard for me to see. Anywho,
even with those shades on.
The shades. Now, I'm going to let you take one guess about what state he was in when he fell.
I'm going to say Texas.
He was in Florida.
Damn, I didn't want to say Florida. I try. See, Floridians, I try to work with you. See, I try to work with you, and this is what I get. You know?
I don't know if it's a conspiracy about the news cycle or what, but it seems like every week there's something terrible that's happening.
Yo, and it's going national. They're local news, it's national news. That's crazy.
So, a Cirque du Soleil performer passed Saturday night when he fell during a performance in Tampa. The group said in a statement that he was an aerialist and he was performing during the company show Volta when he plummeted to the stage. Now, thank goodness TMZ removed the video, because they had video of him falling head first about a dozen feet into the freaking stage, and luckily they took it down. They do a lot on those ropes. And they're very...
I remember when I was in Vegas and they did, they had the, I think it was the Elvis show there. And I'm sitting there with my big drink and I'm sipping and I'm like, when is this thing going to start? And then, the stage moved and opened up. And then I looked up and there were people flying above me. And I was like, yo, what if one of them have diarrhea or something?
Well, somebody in the audience said they looked like they were straining to hold on to the rope and that there was kids there. So the kids are freaking out. But they said in 2013 in Vegas, another aerialist passed at one of the shows.
They do some amazing acrobats, man. And I'm surprised there won't be a lot more of them dying, though. But I wonder, do they sign a clause where they can't sue as an amendment or something like that?
Well, OSHA got them paying thousands of dollars in fines.
They didn't do it
after
properly?
With the citations in Vegas.
Wow.
So I can only imagine what's going to happen here and now.
But shout out to his family and the Cirque du Soleil. I mean, they came to Trenton too. They had the Michael Jackson one, and that was crazy, flipping and flopping. And I was like, wow, they know how to do the damn thing. It's a good show. If you ever get a chance to go see Cirque du Soleil, they're not a sponsor of the shows. They'll be trying to get them, but definitely go check it out. You know what I'm saying? Definitely go check it out.
So let's talk about these Costco thieves.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm concerned.
So here's what happens after you rob a place a few times. Maybe somebody's gonna figure out how you're doing it. So
see,
In Seattle,
even thieves need high school education.
I'm telling you, or at least a basic knowledge and understanding about theftum. So what happens is they got these thieves coming out of Costco carrying, over 2 G's worth of laptops and vacuums. I don't know why vacuums, but whatever. People need clean floors.
What type of? Hold up. You said $2,000 worth of computers and vacuums.
$2,200 worth of laptops and vacuums.
They must got them doing $300 laptops. You know what I'm saying?
Or something, because
Wow.
only one laptop should have been about $1,200.
The answer wasn't 9 for apples.
So this is in Seattle. So the police come out. They respond to a call about a shoplifting process. And they recognize one of the suspects from before who has stolen items, who went past them and out the back exit. So, they see a female driver in the back of the emergency exit by the doors.
Just waiting.
The officers just pull up like, whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop.
So you can tell they must have stole a lot of stuff before because they felt it was too comfortable, too relaxed.
So the police talking to the woman, they hear somebody trying to come out the door.
Oh, is that why that big thing is in the middle of it?
So moments later, out comes a man and a woman, and they tried to come out with the stolen computers and vacuum cleaners.
Oh my God.
So it was a wrap, obviously, for them.
I can only imagine how that feels when you think you got away with the greatest crime and the cops out there waiting on you. Yo, that has to be a shitty feeling. Excuse my language, but that had to be a terrible feeling.
I'm saying, because you thought you just about to keep hitting the same Costco, though? Like, y'all couldn't get a different Costco? Is there a lack of Costco's in Seattle?
You couldn't hit Big Lots? Or, you know what I'm saying?
Or BJ's?
Or BJ's or something.
Sam's Club. I mean, you got options. I mean,
that is
why
so
you got to
sad.
keep hitting the same?
That is so sad. That is so sad. I'm going to cut in with a weather report that I just saw that's real disturbing. New Jersey weather update, because we're stationed here in Jersey on the East Coast. They're expecting a foot of snow now possible as Wednesday storm forecast intensifies. And where we at, they're looking at the minimum of 6 inches to 12 inches in this particular area going up the 95 corridor.
Let it snow.
So they're saying right now we're definitely going to get snow. At first we're just going to get snow and some rain. Now they're talking about definitely getting some stickable snow. So for those of you that still are dealing with power outages, trees down, it's going to even get worse.
Let it snow.
And I think we're already a week into spring now. It's crazy.
Yeah, spring didn't start yet.
Oh, it didn't start yet? Oh.
But
why did we fit the cop? Oh, yes, this before, the week before spring.
I would like to say, if you don't have electricity, I'm with you because I was there during Sandy. I know what it's like. But I personally wouldn't mind a snow day. Just
I forgot. Yeah, you're going to have like 7 in the last month? It's crazy.
No, I only had 2 this month, and then I had 1 the month before. So I wouldn't mind a snow day right before spring break. All right, so remember we talked about those kids who were trapped in the house, and they were all skinny and stuff, and nobody knew that they were like malnourished, and the kids looked like they were 12, and they was really like 28.
Oh, yeah, that fam, the Turpins, wasn't it?
The Turpin children. So, 12 of them are in 2 foster homes, and they're said to be doing well. The Corona Regional Medical Center CEO, Mark Uffer, announced that the Turpin siblings have been released from the hospital. He didn't really give too many other details, so there had to be some investigation to find out. But, they said that the kids were brave and that they were now going to take the next steps to their journey of life. So 2 of them are in 1 foster home, and then the other 4 are in another one. These are the ones that they released. So for those 6 children. Oh, really? You just going to ring on air? That's how you feel? You don't have vibrations or nothing? You don't have some kind of situation where you can put that on a mute or something? Anyway.
I forgot I even had it on.
Let me put my own phone.
Oh, wow. I think these young folks got a long road ahead of them, and I hope they get the proper what's the word I'm looking for, therapy, because again, what they've been through is definitely going to affect their lives as they go forward, especially if they start having children. which is going to be a
because they basically had no education. The 17-year-old who got out to tell, she only had a first grade level of education.
And that's crazy. But you know what? I hate to say this, but the world for them probably is real simple.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
and 2 to 29, they had ages of 2 to 29. So
that's crazy.
You know, the 29-year-old is going to be the most jacked up. Like, some of the other ones that are still minors, there's still hope for, like, the 2-year-old.
Right. I get
you know what I
saying.
mean? But that 29-year-old, that's really unfortunate. And the 17-year-old only being a first grade educated, the 29-year-old, don't forget, she only weighed 82 pounds.
That's crazy.
When they found her.
That's crazy. I'm wondering.
Oh, no, that was a guy.
So they got to have a level of brain damage or something going on.
That's what they said. It's
Yeah.
because of the malnutrition that they do
definitely.
have some issues.
I don't have, and it's crazy. I don't have no jokes for the Turpin family. It's a sad situation.
Please don't have no jokes.
I'll talk to INS off air. We'll crack on them a little bit. Big bad news.
No.
DuVernay?
Yes, let's talk about Ava because she got some more good news. Like she is winning right
doing
now.
the damn thing, man.
She is so winning. So they just tapped Ava DuVernay to do DC superhero epic New Gods.
Oh wow! Shout out, man! I wish I had my button.
Okay,
That's what's up.
so she's gonna direct it as part of the studio's extended universe. New Gods was based on the DC comic series with the same name and is aimed at creating a new universe of properties for the studio. So it was created and designed by Jack Kirby, and it was first released back in '71.
Wow, that's going to be a big budgeter too, and I got to give it out. And that's the thing, though. I think she's in the record books for the first black female to direct a $100 million movie with a $100 million budget.
Yeah, because A Wrinkle in Time is got a serious budget. I mean, a serious, what? It's bringing in a lot of money.
Black Panther beat out everybody again.
Everybody for the fifth weekend in a row.
27 million.
They like everybody.
It's like, who haven't seen this movie yet? But they say that people are going back to
I've
see
seen
it
it
again.
twice, and some of the people I was talking to said they saw it twice as well. But that A Wrinkle in Time got 42 million in the first 6 days.
That's crazy. It's doing numbers, man.
Definitely
It's doing numbers. I don't know if it's not going to do, and she said it herself, it may not do Black Panther numbers, but it's going to do some decent numbers. As long as they make their money back. $100 million is a lot. Listen,
Well,
it's hard
I
to
want to
get.
go see it.
Yeah.
I told a couple friends like, yo, we should go see A Wrinkle in Time.
If you got daughters, bring your daughters. You know what I'm saying? Because I asked my daughter, I said, would you, if I got lost, would you come to find me? And
She was like,
said,
not so much.
Nah, she said straight up. She said, Dad, I mean, when I had disappeared for those years down to Georgia, she always asked about me one day, but she was only, I think, 8. No, she was 3, 4, 5, because she's 92. Yeah, she's only like 4 or 5 years old, and she used to always, want to come and get me. So that kind of a little tear in my eye.
You should have with your disappearing Casper ass. How you just gonna be like, deuces? I'll see y'all. Y'all be all right without me. I need to go focus on these cows.
First of all,
and this bull
you got
down
me pressing
here.
the wrong buttons. First of all, I must say this as what they call a quote.
Disappear.
Nah, it was like in parentheses. I was going through something and I had to leave to better myself. I went down to a Muslim farm and.
Well, you could write a letter or something.
And, I mean, she was young though. When I left, she was only 3 years old. So, saying
So you sent a picture.
I didn't do any of that. I mean, but when I did come home, I surprised her, and her in the classroom, and I brought cupcakes and ice cream. And that's back when you could actually bring food to the school. That's when I shoot you out in the parking lot.
Look,
Shout out to my daughter. Matter of fact, she's pregnant, and I don't know if she wants the world to know that, but love you, boo boo.
But now that he's told everybody. We already know.
So we gonna go to Salvation Army.
Salvation Army. Let's talk about it because I am like, ooh. All right. Let me tell you what they did. They opened their first nonprofit grocery store in Baltimore.
That's gonna be awesome, boy.
To combat food deserts.
That's gonna be freaking awesome.
So it's adding grocery shopping to their charitable endeavors along, they already do clothes. And it opened its first full-service grocery store in Baltimore Wednesday, hoping that it'll be the first of many stores because of the nation's number of food deserts where disadvantaged neighborhoods are lacking stores that sell fresh meat and produce.
So, I mean, are there, I guess my question is, are people going to donate food or they're going to actually store food? I wonder how that's going to work.
Well, it says it's managed by DMG Foods.
Okay, so so that's a food management, so they're going to actually have food there.
Which is named after the organization's promise of doing the most good.
That's what's up, though. I wish, like I said, that is something.
It's got an on-site butcher and deli.
Oh wow!
As
fresh
well
meats.
As prepared meals and salads.
So you get
by Maryland's Food Bank.
You can get them hog maws straight off the pig. I like
straight off the pig.
What was that?
I don't know.
Was that the hog maws jumping off the pig?
You cutting the hog maws off the pig.
That is we got INS. We got to get some sound effects. He's the music director.
So we could use some sound effects like. Anywho, so.
Yeah, that's a feel-good story there because in inner cities there definitely is a food desert. There's a lot of bodegas, corner stores, liquor stores where you get chips and eggs. Can you imagine getting a bottle of liquor with some chips and some eggs?
But this, he said, yeah.
That said, yeah.
Sit over there and make you a. You know what? When I used to work at Rite Aid in New Orleans, people used to be like, "Let me get a fifth of Jack Daniels. Let me get a fifth of that Jack, baby." And then they'd have like some diapers and some Band-Aids. And he's like, "Oh, okay."
She sounds just like them cats. Speaking of New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? We got to bring it up. Baby and Lil Wayne has squashed their beef.
I know there was a hug and some hugging involved, but I still didn't hear about no money being involved.
Well, because it made sense. I think the Baby's brother, what's Baby's brother name? Slim, really would play the intermediary because it was hurt business. Nobody wanted to sign with them. Universal didn't.
Because if it seems like you're not going to pay your main homie,
exactly,
the dude you kissed up on, you definitely ain't going to pay me.
And they estimated that he had owed him like $104 million, and all he wanted was $54 million.
Damn.
So I don't know if money exchanged hands. Rick Ross was on Instagram talking about, pay that man. I don't know. But that was good to hear. So that was a good segment.
Well, and they said they were at the club and like Baby's son saw Lil Wayne and was like, "Hey, Baby's here." And there was like an exchange of love. But
yeah, I mean, I don't know if the lawsuit is over, but that was good to see them reconcile because of,
And they said, I was reading an article the other day talking about Tony Braxton owed like $70 million or something crazy in taxes.
70 or 7?
I don't know.
7 is a lot. 70
is a lot. Let me see how much she owe in taxes because I'm like, you and your man.
She might as well start go and check out Wesley Snipes and find out what he did, how he made his shanks.
I'm like, how y'all both? Yeah,
well,
he went to jail.
When he was in jail, she going to jail because she ain't got no money.
But that's my thing. Oh no, it's $750,000. My bad.
She still ain't. If she owe it, she ain't paid.
She owes more than $750,000 in back taxes. Wow. She got hit with 4 liens. You and your man getting smacked with liens.
That's what I don't understand. Is like, how don't you have business managers?
First of all, what you need to do is get with a man who know how to budget his money. He need to get with a woman who know how to do the same. Don't be both fucking y'all money up and then get in a relationship.
So everybody thinking that he got with her because she had the money. Thing. She probably got with him like, babe, can you be my house?
They both fucked.
I mean, that ring she got, I think that's worth like $100K.
And he bought her like a Bentley truck. Like, don't take the truck, boo. Trade that shit in. Pay them back taxes and keep it moving.
You know them commercials where they say that, call us, saying we'll help you with your taxes? Not if you're famous. These are for regular folks. But if you famous and you owe that amount of money and you don't have it, as Fat Joe found out, when Fat Joe found out that he had owed so much money, he went straight to the tax and told on himself, paid him, gave him $1 million, and then gave him $250,000 the following week, and it was paid. He still had to do 6 months in jail.
Dang,
that's
for real?
Crazy, yes.
Why? If they got all the money?
Because again, he didn't pay his taxes.
Damn. What are y'all the fucking fans?
Now again, I don't want to say it's a color thing, but Fast forward, one of the I can't think of my man. What's the actor that played in? He played the Ghost Rider.
Oh, with the face. Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage had owed close to $10 million and didn't do a day in jail. They wound up reconciling that. He only had to pay $630,000.
See, now what you need to do is
now he called the tax people and got a penny on the dime.
But that's what I was gonna
again.
say,
It's not a black thing. Sorry.
Did he didn't have a lawyer?
Who? Fat Joe went down there with a lawyer.
No, I'm saying, did Nicolas Cage have a lawyer? He had to
I
have a
don't-
lawyer.
I
don't call on your own behalf.
Well, I mean, he went down there. I mean, Fat Joe went down there with his lawyer.
But
He's
what
thinking,
I'm saying is what he needed was Nicolas Cage's lawyer.
oh, yeah. He needed, Because, and again, it's all about, I don't know what it is, and same thing happened to, what's the young lady?
But you can't say that it's about color because Nas get hit with tax every year. And he ain't never went to jail.
Oh, because huh?
And child support.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? What's the name did the same thing? She had owed like $1 million. What's the young lady from the Fugees?
Oh, Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill. She paid $930,000. Went down there and they locked her ass up too. And she got like kids. I mean, she got kids.
She got like a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Too. How many kids? She got like 6 or 7.
She got like 5. She got 6. Yeah,
she got like kids. 6, right?
But yeah, they locked her up too, and she paid like 90-something% of her tax lien. And I don't know why they still punish him if you pay,
but like I said, Nas has not gone to jail, and he owed like every year. And he just made some money. They put it out, and then somebody put in the comments, they was like, "Shh, don't tell Khalees."
Oh, it's too late.
They was like, "Not too." They said, "Not too loud." Khalees gonna find out. I'm like, dang.
If you remember, I think 2 weeks before Amazon bought that bell company, doorbell company, she was saying on Google or Instagram saying, I think I need an adjustment on my child support, and sure enough, she gonna get it now. Hey, I mean, I'm telling you. And
I'm not one prone to violence, and I don't want to see kids.
I don't know what she's
come
about
up
to
with
say.
that mama missing, but he's a good one because I would have had Khalees knocked off by now. I would have been like, the baby coming to stay with me. I don't know what happened to your mama. Mama would have came up motherfucking missing. Shit.
Hey, yo, before we go to the next story, there's one more. It's something.
Damn.
It's something to be said. Kodak Black is.
I was going into that story. Wait, what's your story about?
About Chris Brown?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to squash that. Okay. We go back in there.
I was going to mention that I didn't have a picture for this, but I was going to mention, how do you say it? The Dora Milaje? Is that how you say it? The Warriors from Black Panther?
Yeah.
Is it Dora Milaje?
Something like that.
Something like that.
You close enough.
I feel like it.
As long as it's Wakanda based, that's all I care about.
Well, it's going to be turned into a comic book series.
Oh, that's what's up, because they real.
They were serious. When they put the boy with the 4 spears around his neck.
Yeah.
And they had him down, and then she rolled over the homie when the one.
Okay,
the one
hold
homie
on.
got
For
down
those that haven't seen the movie,
you should go see it.
Thanks to AKA Hope Wonder over here, portraying the movie. But yeah, I think that's a great situation there too. And you know what? I forgot the lazy eye guy played in it too. Forrest Whitaker. I was like, what the?
It's not that it's lazy. It's just slightly closed.
You can call it closed. I call it.
Because lazy isn't that when it's lazy? Isn't that when it like drifts to the side? It doesn't drift.
I thought lazy. I thought when it's lazy, it just don't. If one open, the other one don't. He looked like a African pirate. I don't know.
That old girl. We could. He might love us. We just joking with you, for Mr. Whitaker. We just playing with you, Mr. Whitaker. Let's talk about these barbershops and this exciting study that we just found. Since you were talking about you need a shape up. So, there's actually a study going on now that research is showing when black men go get their hair cut with untreated high blood pressure, it actually helps to control their hypertension. So it's saying their systolic blood pressure, the top line number that measures the pressure in your vessels when your heart beats, it falls by an average of 27 points.
Wow, and that's why I used to love going to get a haircut. I ain't got the time now, but
in addition, their diastolic blood pressure, which is the bottom line, fell by an average of nearly 15 points.
Wow, and that's the most important one. That bottom one, that's the one that means you're either going to have a stroke or a long day. That's a hell of an analogy, but I'm actually going to go get one tomorrow. I got some time tomorrow. I would definitely want to get one before the storm of the century hit us on Wednesday. It's crazy.
So 2 pharmacists in Los Angeles County who are specially trained to treat high blood pressure shuttled around to 52 black-owned barbershops, and bringing medicine and them being at the barbershop dramatically, decreased their whole situation as far as their high blood pressure. So when you need to relax, maybe you should think about doing that.
Right, and people should tell me, why are you always in the barbershop? I didn't know why, but now I know why, because I was probably stressing the hell out.
Well, when you need it to go get a buzz, 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 buzz. Mm-hmm. That's how it feels when I get my hair washed. I love when it, like, they just massage it. I'm like, use those fingers.
This is a family show.
Who told you this was a family show? We just talked about a 16-year-old being boinked off by a 45-year-old again.
I'm just trying to stop you from doing the shaky shake before something fall out.
Ain't nothing gonna fall.
I just took it
Why
out.
it's gotta be edited? Anyway,
that is not cool.
Let's talk about Hakeem Jeffries. Let's talk about Hakeem Jeffries. Are you about to see who Hakeem Jeffries is? He's actually a representative from New York. And for...
I thought he was from Hakeem, from...
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. From Power. Not Power. Ooh,
no.
Nah, I can't believe.
Because he said, as we celebrate Women's History Month here in the United States, Congress, these dynamic women are worthy to be praised. So he shouted out Eve for My Chick Bad, Lauryn Hill's Ready or Not, Little Kim's Quiet Storm remix. He shouted out Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, and Salt and Pepper. And he talked about the top 10 female MC hip-hop collaborations of all times. So he rose in Congress to discuss that for these females during Women's History Month. I thought that was awesome.
So he couldn't talk about Sapphire and Hope Wonder, what she brings to the table? I mean,
I just bring love and dedication, but I'm not a top 10 female collaboration.
I think I think you have one music video, 13 porns.
First of all, it's 17 porns. Don't get it twisted. But I thought that was what was up.
I mean that is
very
rare.
Congress.
Yeah.
He also paid
Brooklyn
tribute
Queens.
to B.I.G. on the 20th anniversary of his death.
Wow.
So I think that's nice that he, is celebrating his culture. It's basically like, I'm in Congress, but I'm not going to forget who I am and what district I represent, because he represents Brooklyn and Queens.
Brooklyn, Queens.
So I think that's what's up, and thank you, Hakeem Jeffries.
Yeah, for real. I mean, that's a wonderful segue into, Diddy finally opens up about Biggie's death and the secret project he's working on with Jay-Z.
Says what exactly? Because that show got it looking like it was a whole bunch of cops working for Suge.
For nearly 3 decades, no one has lived larger than Sean Combs, Puffy the world builder, the maximalist style guru. You know what I'm saying? So he's on GQ, and if you get the GQ book, you can see what he's talking about. But I brought it up because you talked about Biggie's death, and he's going to open up about it. I know he's not going to tell the truth, but the fact that him and Jay-Z's working on a big project, and Jay-Z still has that deal with the Weinstein Company. I think they're probably going to do. Hopefully, they do a real biopic or something like that. That'd be nice to see. You know what I'm saying? But just want to throw that out there.
Word. Thank you for that, and good job to you, Mr. Combs. On another note, we'd like to come to the Revolt Music Conference. So if you can do anything about that, we'd appreciate it. Anyway, peace and love, Diddy.
Diddy love, brother love.
Brother love. I mean, we got the Ciroc boys on the back. Anyway, so let's talk about these exploding packages, because we wanted to go to South by Southwest. I'm kind of thinking I'm glad we didn't go now, because I'd hate to blow up. They've had 4 explosion injuries. So it's kind of hard to say, why this is happening. They haven't really determined that. And there was already 3 package bombs in the recent weeks that killed 2 people, wounded 2 more. So a bomb threat canceled a Saturday hip-hop concert at the South by Southwest Festival. And then Sunday night, there was an explosion which went off, they think, by a tripwire. They think that 2 guys were just walking down the street and tripped the wire, and it just was like, blue. So it could have hit anybody.
But what's the unique thing about this story?
Well, I don't know about the 2 people, but the other people were all people of color. But I'm not sure about the 2 who were walking down the street.
Okay.
They're saying not to touch anything that looks like a package. So if you see a package while you're in South by Southwest, don't touch it.
That's crazy.
And I mean, really, it just.
And that's crazy because you're sitting there, you want to see a good, they have comedians out there, good music, everything's good out there, you know what I'm saying, in Austin, and all of a sudden you go to the bathroom to a porta potty, and then, boom, come out with shit all on you. So. What can you do, huh?
Well, and then the Roots drummer Questlove put on Twitter Sunday that no one is Mr. Show must go on than me, but we can't risk our lives if we told there's a bomb threat.
Yeah, you got to shut it down. Shut it down.
There was a man arrested for the threat. So, I don't know how they caught up to him, but his name is Trevor Weldon. I don't know what Trevor, if it was a hoax or what, but yeah. But now the FBI, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, I didn't even know they had all that together. Like, why is it alcohol, tobacco, firearms, and explosives? Like, it seemed like it shouldn't be.
Well, you got to understand, that's the same thing as like the Food and Drug Administration. Those 2 should not be together. Because it's the food that's making you use the drugs. You know what I'm saying? Food and drugs.
Or they putting the drugs in the food.
Exactly. That's why you got them 13-year-olds looking like INS,
Oh, damn. Just all on swole talking about. Yeah. I'd like a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
Supersized. McDonald's. Supersized Happy Meal. Look, I've got me feeling intimidated.
well, we know there was a scene when we was doing live and Saf walked into the studio in Irvington, New Jersey.
You ain't gonna keep talking about my arms, B.
I never forget.
I was working out. I was doing a lot of push-ups and stuff. You ain't gonna keep talking about my arms, B.
I haven't seen her. I think it's been at least a couple of weeks. And so she walked in, and INS looked at me, and I looked at him, and I was like, yo, is she on steroids? Yo, shout out to Sav, though, because her arms was huge. And then she had a shirt on, and it was like, the shirt had stretch marks because it was trying to hold on.
You know what? You're not going to be disinfecting what I was trying to do. So what happened was I thought I was going to just get the tone. Instead, I got the mask, and I was like, oh, damn.
She didn't get the tone. She got the swole.
I got the swole. So I had to back up. Bo Jackson, though. Really, Bo Jackson. I should have got some tats. I should have got some like warrior.
She came out there with arms looking like Andre the Giant, a small version of him.
Out here looking like the Rock.
Be the next story.
We're talking about Kodak Black.
Oh my God! What we gonna do now?
Kodak Black.
Kodak the Black.
And wasn't this very nice of Chris Brown? I thought this was so nice.
I don't know why your voice go up so high.
I don't know. So Kodak Black announced that he's out of solitary confinement. So I'm trying to get this straight. You get to use a cell phone in jail?
Watch yourself now. Why are you snitching?
I'm not snitching. It said he hopped on Twitter to announce that he's out of solitary confinement. So maybe somebody working it for him.
Well, I think they have computers. You can get on Twitter by computer, can't you?
Maybe. So
that's what I'm saying.
In jail, I didn't think they would let him on social media, but I guess I could be wrong.
I don't know.
So apparently, Chris Brown,
he might be back in solitary confinement
after this story break. Chris Brown gave him 10 G's.
Yeah, they said
to put on his prison commissary account.
Something.
So he said, fresh out the bean, that boy at Chris Brown just dropped 10 racks on my book. That's love. So, it said Kodak or someone with access to his Twitter account.
Okay.
Wrote.
They try to clear it up.
Yeah, because I'm like, how is he dropping notes on Twitter?
All I have to say is, Sav, she remember beginning of this broadcast. She claimed she had this little spy cam and everything.
I'm just saying, if
and
I'm
now
reading
she's snitching on
it, thinking
Snowclap.
it, then other people clearly was thinking it. Whatever.
But saying, you gotta be partial.
What you mean partial? That don't even make sense.
You got some partiality. Like, yo, listen. Well, I got this discernment. You got to be discerning when you telling stories about a guy in jail.
Why you sounding like the prison man off of In Living Color and the situation at hand?
No, you did that. You did
with
the same
douche.
thing. I didn't say the douche. I'm just saying you got to have partiality and discernment when you're snitching. You know what I'm saying?
It was not a snitch. Anyway, so they've collaborated in the past. And they teamed up for Pills and Automobiles.
That's my jam.
So it's on Chris Brown's 45-track double album. Okay, Heartbreak.
I don't know what just
moon.
happened there.
That's a lot of tracks.
Trying to sound like Wolfman Jack.
That's a lot of tracks. Yeah. 45.
Is it double platinum? I know it's platinum. But that was smart of him, though. He did it because Chris Brown he's figured out the stream thing. 46 songs. People going to stream the hell out of that album, and he was very right. Got to give it to him.
Now look at this. Kodak was reportedly in solitary confinement for using a prison phone in attempt to reach a person he's forbidden to contact.
Damn.
So he was arrested in January on multiple charges, including grand theft of a firearm, gun possession, drug possession, which was marijuana, child neglect, and probation violation. They got this ninja on so many charges.
I'm not laughing, though, but it's like, why?
So prosecutors dropped 3 of the charges. Possession of a weapon by a convicted felon, 3rd-degree grand theft, and child neglect.
So I guess what I have to say.
Then added charges of felony possession of cannabis.
He must have a lot of.
And possession of ammunition by a delinquent.
And that's my thing. I don't understand. Like, you want to become famous so you can own all of these guns. I don't get it.
And go to jail.
Just because you got a #1 song on the radio, you still ain't. You're still a ninja, and they're gonna look at you as such. Your status is not. I don't know. It's just so frustrating.
You know what? I don't even think it's about being a ninja. It's just like, make a better choice. I get it, you from the hood, but you on another level now. You can't be running around with so much weed is a felony possession.
Well,
how much weed was that?
I'm pretty sure Machine Gun Kelly and all these other white rappers got guns.
When the last time you heard of Machine Gun Kelly?
Oh, he's top 4. You see, that's the same. He don't play on top. He don't play on R&B hip hop radio stations. Nobody be definitely top 40.
I didn't know Machine Gun Kelly was still
16.
out.
I just did a Sweet 16. He got a song with Ayala. So I'm saying he's still out there. You got, Logic.
But he's not doing hip hop. Is he still doing hip hop?
Yes, he's a rapper. Machine Gun Kelly.
But I wouldn't expect.
First of all, you can't be a preacher with a name like Machine Gun Kelly.
I wouldn't expect Flo Rida to get hit with them gun charges because he's not that kind of rapper.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But again, Machine Gun Kelly, his name is Machine Gun Kelly.
I'm sure he ain't got no machine gun.
But here's my point. These guys be on Instagram showing their guns and all that stuff.
And they weed.
And it's just, and again, like I said, the cops see that stuff and they see an easy lick. So, with that be shout out to Kodak Black and Chris Brown.
Be careful with y'all social media accounts. Speaking of social media accounts, let's talk about the game coming for 6ix9ine.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be ugly.
This is freaking hilarious. Oh, no, it's not going to be ugly. It's going to be freaking hilarious because the game got pictures. And I don't know where he's getting his pictures from, but he got pictures. So the game is like, he thinks Tekashi is a fake thug, which could be true. And he said on Instagram, went from a rapist in 2016 to trying to be a Crip in 2017 to running the Bloods in New York in 2018. Now, here's where the problem comes in with these pictures.
He need to get himself together.
Here's where it come in with the pictures because he throwing up a C, as you can see right here in this picture. Then on this picture down here, he posted another picture. He said, "Now I wasn't gonna say it shells to this buster ass phony because I'm way beyond this peon, but he disrespected my city and a rag I put in my pocket. Lost countless of homies, relatives, and my own brother over. A color and a way of life I almost died over." So with that being said, he's like, this right here MF and cake though. Blue bandana bedspread. Now you the king of the Bloods. Now he clearly is on a blue bandana bedspread.
You can see it.
These are blue bandanas
I wish we had those
hanging
pictures up. Yeah,
on the
crazy.
back. So social media kill y'all. Like, I don't know why y'all post stuff and then act like it didn't happen and try to skip past it. So is he really talking about he's a blood now? Because this doesn't look good for him.
All I know is that, you know, he messing with wax and them crazy, them brothers in, not crazy, but them brothers in California take the stuff seriously. So I don't know what's going to happen though, but he's been very reckless. He been coming after a lot of New York rappers too. Talking about he the king of New York. A lot of rappers in New York are whack and all this. I'm like, yo, you playing a dangerous game. He trying to come up like, he trying to do a 50 Cent. You know, with 50 Cent went to beef with everybody. But the thing about 50 was ready to 9 times. So he.
Right, and Tekashi is what, 5'11" and 111 pounds, wet with boots on.
50 Cent is 6'2", 6'3", 250. and that's what I'm saying. And so, you know, old boy is like, he's 110 pounds with 57 pounds of weight in his pocket. So,
well,
you know.
the game called him AKA Rainbow Bright.
He the
great. Diaper sniper. So,
I mean, the game can't really talk after we know that he fingered the little
with them
18.
fingers. That's it. As soon as you said it, that's when I was like, Busha boy.
I mean,
smell your shit.
He fingered
smell
that. How old
shit.
the girl? 16
in the park.
17.
She's like 17. He just didn't.
He knocked. We went right like, in there.
In the park.
I just said that he knocked on the door and made her sniff herself.
Talking about age ain't nothing but a number. So what happens is that.
Yo, I don't know.
But
man.
I get tired of people talking about gangs as though this is just a black thing. Let me tell you, if you ever did any history, you know that gangs are all over the world. They come in many different shades, many different cultures.
What was that movie that
Gangs of New York?
Gangs of New York. And I didn't realize. I never watched it until like 2 years ago, and I was like, yo, these motherfuckers, white boys.
And then the Irish, the Italians, the Anglo-Saxons that were already here, they all used to be beefed out. Right. But not only that, they've got gangs in Japan. They've got gangs in Russia.
The Yakuza. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they've got gangs everywhere. Chinese gangs. So stop making it seem like, because Italian is the mob is a gang. It's the same thing. So stop making it seem like, oh, you black people and your gangs. A lot of people have gangs.
Because we have, you know, we're easy lick. You know what I'm saying? They can always pick on us, but that's okay.
No, they try to pick on us, and I'm here to shut that shit down. What is Tekashi anyway? What is he? Is he Latino?
I don't know what he is.
Because he's so tiny.
He's a diaper bandit, though.
A diaper sniper.
Diaper sniper.
And did he really get accused of rape?
Yeah, but they were saying the girl was something, I don't know. But
he got a blue rag around his neck. Lord, is he talking about he a blood now? I'm confused.
Listen.
Why he got a knife to that girl's neck? And why would a girl let him do that? These girls, I gotta raise my babies better than this.
He's a little sick.
Then he got on an outfit that say pussy ninja. That don't even sound, that's not a compliment. When did that become a compliment?
He's weird.
Oh, the back of his shirt say eater.
He's weird.
So what? 69 Ninja? Oh, okay.
He's weird, yo.
I don't know.
You can keep going on and on, but he's just weird.
Is it the drug?
It's something. Our final story is mathematics.
It is. Let's talk about mathematics. I'm sorry.
Wu-Tang.
So, yes, Wu-Tang for mathematics is... Oh, hold on. My stuff moved. Oh, there we go. All right, so he's responding to a lawsuit.
My favorite song
a single
that came
they
out
put
last
out.
year, yeah.
So he addressed the claims that the diplomats, and not Dipset, not those diplomats, the 1960s soul group is suing Wu-Tang over a sample that they used. It's called People Say is the song. It features Redman and Mathematics, who produced the track, and the entire Wu-Tang The Saga Continues compilation album is what it was on. And they kind of acknowledged the sample claim that has been made, but said they were unaware of any lawsuit regarding the matter. How can you be unaware of a lawsuit? I didn't know that was possible. And I'm not knocking y'all because we're on Wu-Tang Radio, but I'm just saying.
Well, the question is, how old is the song? I think
it just came out in 2017.
No, I'm talking about the song they sampled.
It's from the 60s.
Right. So it was, I think there's a limit over 20 years or 25 years old or something like that.
Okay.
15.
Because he said I was made aware of the People Say sample in December. Mm-hmm. He wrote via Twitter. To my knowledge, my attorney and the diplomat's attorney have been working closely and in good faith to resolve this matter. I am not aware of a pending lawsuit regarding this matter, nor have I been served with one.
Yeah. Again, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Really, it probably now it's going to make people go look at that record, download it, and they're probably going to get some streaming money. So
yeah, because the diplomats are seeking damages and want Wu-Tang to stop selling the song. It's from the song I've Got the Kind of Love. So, but let's Google what year is I've Got the Kind of Love.
yeah, I mean, I think the unfortunate part about this is that, you know, all that should have been taken care of before it came out, because it reminds me of Peter Guns
and that whole situation.
And he has a wonderful song, Deja Vu, that he can't even perform, and I love that song. All because it wasn't meant to be a single, and it leaked, and he didn't get anything cleared, and that's his only hit.
Ooh.
Besides him and his 13 kids.
You said, that's a lot of hits. That's a whole lot of hits.
Wow, that's
you
crazy.
Said 9.
That is crazy.
See, the only problem that they may have with this is when it was released.
Oh, it was released 2004? Well, was it re-released? And that's a problem as well.
It might have been.
Well, you know, one thing you must say, that Wu-Tang Saga Continue album is hot, you know what I'm saying? And too bad we don't do the music anymore. But come April, though, let the folks know. In April, I'm going to have my first drink on air.
Why?
I'm going to celebrate.
Why are you having drinks on there?
I'm going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate
without the drink. It was actually 1969. I'm sorry.
Okay, 1969. All right, we're going to celebrate my third year of retirement from corporate America. As an employee, I've been doing some consultant work, and I just want to celebrate that because, you know, I took a chance on myself. You know what I'm saying?
He said we got to drink some pop.
I'm going to bring a bottle of Don P or some Moet or something like that.
A bottle of Don P. Well, he can bring a champagne, a champagne. We could have that.
A sip of champagne.
Some rosé.
You know what I'm saying? We'll definitely get some rosé or something like that. Oh, might get some of that Douce. What is Douce? What is Douce? Oh no, we can't.
No, we can't do any Douce.
I'll be on the
throwing up Douces on the couch.
So like we're gonna try to create a party atmosphere. Hopefully we can do it somewhere other than the studio here. So you know we're not.
Like where else could we do it?
I don't know. I'm gonna try to work with them.
Over by the bar at TGI Fridays, like turning it up.
We
with
have
our lights.
We have a mobile setup, so we can literally.
We really could do it anywhere. But then if that's the case, yeah. But you a Mr. DJ. Why don't you find somewhere for us to do it?
Well, that's what I just said. I'm going to try and see if I can find somewhere we can be, you know, comparable to the people that's there and also the show. So I'm working on that.
And we could really be comparable anywhere.
Definitely. We can go in Fridays and set up somewhere in a corner. You know,
we're like an escort.
Yeah.
You could just pick us up and take us anywhere.
Now she got upset at me about using, you know, herpes and Jesus in the same analogy. That was
a terrible analogy.
Well,
an escort gets paid money doesn't mean you're tricking. It just means that you go on dates.
This is the end of another wonderful show, and I hope y'all guys are enjoying our new format. And I want to end this show with something that I think is very powerful. One thing I'm finding out is that, you know, this idea of weather being controlled by your mind, whereas you're looking for certain dates where it's supposed to be warm. In the past 3 weeks, we have saw 4 terrible storms on the East Coast, and we got another one coming up this Wednesday. So all I'm saying is that, you know, please be careful. If you have a lot of trees around your house, make sure that, you know, you don't park your car in a pathway if you can. If you have a garage, try to put it in the garage, and a tree may fall on the garage, but at least you have some buffer. I don't know. So with that being said, until next week, peace, love, and Sav, what you got for us?
I was trying to find, since you actually brought that up about the weather. So there's a lawmaker in D.C. who recently apologized because he said that Jewish people control the weather. And he was talking.
Wow, I ain't even that bad.
He was on a video, and he wasn't saying just anybody. You know how they say that there's certain families that control everything? So he said the Rothschild family, which is a prominent business dynasty, that they control the weather. And he said it in a video. So his name is Trayvon White, and he is currently in his first term on the council in D.C. So he apologized. But he said it just started snowing out of nowhere this morning, man. Y'all better pay attention to this climate control, man, this climate manipulation. That's a model based off the Rothschilds controlling the climate to create natural disasters they can pay for to own the cities, man. Be careful. So, after that, he had to go in response and apologize and says that he works very closely with the Jewish community and never meant to offend anyone.
Yeah. I'm going to say something on that story.
Oh, shucks.
When I was stationed in Alaska, we had guarded this thing. If you grew up in the projects, you may remember they had these little. It looks like a circle. You can hang your clothes on it, and when the wind blows, they used to spin to dry your clothes and such. And this is a field, as far as the eye can see, those type of things, and we never knew what it was. And we come to find out that it's an electric pulse machine where they shoot pulses into the sky. Now, I don't know if it's who owns it, but I know the American government protects it. And so I'm going to leave it at that. And when I have more information on that, this is not a conspiracy theory. This is a real thing. I was there, and I didn't know what it was for. But we used to have to wear these protective clothing. It was weird. But anyway, with that being said, we hope you enjoy this show. I'm DJ Ra. To my immediate, whatever this side is Sapphire Hope Wonder. And you can't forget about INS, our music director on the other side. Doing our Instagram posting and such, and doing what he needs to do. Until next week, peace, love, and hair grease.
Well, I just use some moisturizer myself, but
you are now listening to the sounds of DJ Ra and Sapphire of DJ Ra. Welcome to the KonnecT.